What up, Wednesday? Welcome, my Warriors of Rock. This is your buddy Jaime and Fuego here once again with you on this wondrous Wednesday. And the weather may not be quite as fantastic as it was yesterday. So, count your blessings that we got to experience something so cool. But yes, today is a fantastic day in its own right. And that is because one of the most badass ladies in all of this local scene of music is actually celebrating a birthday today. The woman that I've known for quite a while. With any friendship, sometimes, you kind of fall off from one another, lose touch, regain it, and so on and so forth. But I wanted to start off this program by wishing a very happy birthday to the always awesome Cindy Love. And she is actually the co-host with another super cool cat by the name of Kevin Gassman. And they actually do a Monday through Friday, 5 to 8 show called Driving with Gas. And that is on one of the absolute awesomest local radio stations that we have here in the Valley, KWSS 93.9. And so I always urge people, I myself stick predominantly to the writing end of things, and, I do this little daily artist spotlight from time to time. But I always urge people to check out their show because it is funny. Kevin is one of the most hilarious comedic presences on the radio that we have here in the Valley. Cindy brings fantastic rock insight, as does, Kevin as well. But the show is fun. It's always featuring fantastic tunes and stuff like that. So I always want to give a shout out to those guys. But specifically today, because Cindy is celebrating her birthday out at Joe's Grotto, and this is where it ties in with the band that is being featured today, and that's because they're actually playing Cindy's birthday bash, which is going down this evening at Joe's Grotto, and that is a group by the name of the Pleasure Victims. And this is a group I had actually heard just various times mentioned throughout the local scene, but hadn't actually taken the time to listen to their stuff as far as comprehensively, all the different tunes that they have floating around online. And I just got done cycling through everything on Reverb Nation, and I was so incredibly impressed. I mean, they've got kind of there's dual male and female vocals, which is one of the first things I got to say. And their lady, she handles the predominance of things, and her name is Ginger Fields. And but there's also a little bit of vocal interplay between herself and I believe it's the guitarist, and his name is Outlaw Coded James. So myself, Jaime and Fuego, Jaime, James, we got something in common there. But I guess on a couple tracks you could call them like a sexier, darker, almost B-52s, and I do not mean that in any negative light. The B-52s are kick-ass, fun, 80s party music, and musically they have that vibe at times, but, there's kind of a darker tinge to a lot of what they're doing as well, and not in like a, scare the bejesus out of you kind of way or something like that. There's just, I guess there's more of an edge. And perhaps that's why the track that I gravitated towards to want to feature on the show today for my local Arizona artist spotlight is because this was the one that I thought, not to knock the other ones, because, they span the gamut of all kinds of cool influences of alternative and, even kind of an indie tinge at times, dance rock. I mean, they're all over the place. But this song, Grind, that I'm about to play, has almost like a Middle Eastern type melody to it, and the hook is fantastic. It's got kind of a spooky, cool edge to it. It's very, very unique, and so I will cease singing the praises for the moment so that you guys can just listen to it and decide for yourselves. But I'm telling you, this track Grind by the Pleasure Victims that I'm about to throw out for you, it kicks ass. I think you'll really dig it. So here we go. Without further ado, Phoenix's own The Pleasure Victims, and this is their track, Grind. Escucha. Yeah, Jaime and Fuego does not exaggerate when I'm gushing about music. That was an epic track, right? Super, super cool. And, like I said, it's got an edge to it, that guitar melody that both Ginger's vocals and, the guitarist, senior outlaw Cody James, just the interplay between those two is, fantastic. And you heard the vocal, dynamics kick in there near the end. But, yeah, Grind, that was by the Pleasure Victims. Awesome, awesome song, as I cannot stop speaking its praises. So if you want to hear the rest of their tunes, they have them up on both Reverb Nation on their band page there, and they also have a song player on Facebook. So you can Google Pleasure Victims, and you'll easily be able to track down both of those pages, or you can check out all the rest of their songs. Reckless Abandon has a really cool hook, and I think I've heard both that and Good Girls on KWSS, because I know that they had a couple in rotation. Filthy Desires is cool, Control Freak, so you can see that there is kind of a, sexy type vibe to all of this, and not just because they have a lady leading the proceedings, it's because, just the subject matter, Grind, you can probably just use your imagination on that one, but in any event, you need to get your butts out to Joe's Grotto tonight, and not just because the Pleasure Victims are going to be obviously kicking ass and taking names and bringing the fury, but there's also going to be all kinds of phenomenal drink specials there. They've got $1 12-ounce domestics, as you can see by the flyer that I'm showing right here, $2 Wells, $3 Cherry Bombs, and this is also the introductory evening for this new open mic jam karaoke slam fest that Cindy and DJ Adrenaline are going to be hosting weekly on Wednesday. But tonight is really the night to go because it's the inaugural evening. It's Cindy Love's birthday. There's also going to be the live music from Pleasure Victims. So, don't just put it off and say, hey, I'll get to it next week, all right? Don't do that. Do yourself a favor and do the local scene a favor. And, obviously support a badass radio host in Cindy Love, a great local band in the Pleasure Victims, and just support this vibrant scene that has so many fantastic bands within it. I mean, we have everything from amazing death metal to, great alternative, fantastic singer-songwriters in the acoustic vein. I mean, anytime that you can support local music here, it's you're doing a service to the community, and you don't want to disservice the community, do you? No. And it's not a cool thing to do. So I want to extend the grande gracias first and foremost to the Pleasure Victims for continuing in their efforts to, enlighten all of us with such rad tunage. Also want to once again give a shout out, Cindy Love, happy birthday, girl. Hope it's a fantastic one, and I look forward to seeing you, Gasman, and all kinds of other cool peeps in the local crew tonight because I'm actually going to be heading out there myself. So pretty excited. It's been years since I've been to Joe's Grotto. It's not exactly in my neck of the woods. I tend to stick more so towards the art district, downtown and whatnot. But as I have started this program and really tried to expand my horizons and acclimate myself with more local bands, I have found out that stuff in the East Valley, the North Valley, places like Yucca Tap and, Joe's Grotto, Blues Bar. I mean, we have so many awesome venues all across town. You're really, really just kind of, limiting yourself, I guess, if you stick to, just the same old beaten, treaded path. So I look forward to going out to Joe's Grotto tonight, and I urge all of you to as well. If you want to scope out my writings, you can Google Jaime and Fuego. You will find not only my Examiner page with all of my recent articles. Last week I covered the Airborne Toxic event. This week I'm actually going to be covering old Devil Went Down, the Georgia Charlie Daniels band. So look for that article coming later this week. You'll also find my YouTube page where you can find this show, and please subscribe. Let's keep this this momentum snowball going downhill, getting bigger and bigger, and getting more mass to it, and momentum and whatnot, as I mentioned, because it is really sheerly for the sake of putting the spotlight on fantastic local bands. And so please subscribe to the show, subscribe to my Examiner page, so anytime I'm tossing out a new printed article, you can get a hold of that, have an immediate notification. You can also connect with me on Twitter and on Facebook under Jaime and Fuego. So I extend a grande gracias. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for tuning in. And yes, this evening, Joe's Grotto. Look forward to seeing all of you there. All right? Peace. What up, Wednesday? Welcome, my warriors of rock. This is your buddy Jaime and Fuego, here once again with you on this wondrous Wednesday, and the weather may not